KTN. Are you running KTN?
Welcome to Motorhead Garage. Well, today we got this little Honda Roadster. It's a little S2000. It's a 2-liter VTEC motor. And if you guys are out there with the imports know, it's important to get good cylinder filling, and we got just a ticket for that. I got Kyle Nyberg here. Kyle, tell us about KTN Thermodynamics.
Well, KTN is a company that focuses on pulling heat out of the intake system.
Okay.
These cars suffer from heat soak.
Heat soak.
Yeah.
That's a real interesting phenomenon. Tell me a little bit about heat soak. What happens in a heat soak?
Well, a heat soak, from the heat generated from the engines is running, it moves everywhere, anything that's connected to it. So your intake manifold gets hot, so hot air's going in there, and that cuts down on performance, fuel mileage, a whole bunch of things are bad. So we developed this product to cut down on that, pulls the heat out of it, and allows colder air to penetrate the cylinders.
You get colder air, you get better cylinder filling.
Absolutely.
So when you put this on, you install this, what do you expect to do? You expect to feel big gains, or you feel more seat of the pants stuff? What do you feel?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the person. Me personally, with our Honda S2000, I kind of feel it all over. I feel it through the power band as I rev the engine. I feel it a little more torque. It screams a little more. It feels like it's a little more free, if that makes sense.
Cool. And these engines will run to almost 10,000 RPM.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's a VTEC motor. So we're going to go ahead and install one of these today. And it's real simple. This car is box stock other than a cold air intake. We've already got that off. What do you say we go put this in?
Let's do it.
The guy that let us use this little car said it's box stock. It hasn't had anything done to it. It had cold air intake on it, which we've already got off. But now we're ready to install our spacer. So let's go ahead and tell them what we're going to do here as we do it.
Well, the first thing we got to do is we got to move some of these components out of the way to remove the throttle body. So first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the map sensor, the throttle position sensor, get that out of the way. Now there's only one problem with this car. There's a metal pipe that connects coolant from the engine for the idle system to the throttle body. So we're going to have to move all these plates off to get in there, okay?
So if you don't do that, otherwise you're going to take clamps off, you're going to lose coolant, and this and that.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a simple matter of removing the throttle body and installing this spacer.
That's
let's go ahead and pull those brackets off.
Awesome. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the throttle cable so I can get in there easier.
Okay.
All right.
And when you're doing that, you don't want to move those nuts too much because you got a basic adjustment there, so you have a good place to start. And just check it when you put it back. Make sure it's not hanging the throttle open.
Right, yeah, and we'll go through that when we put it back together.
Okay.
Perfect. Now that's out of the way, what I'm going to do is remove these 10mm nuts from here so we can get in there better.
Okay. So what is the spacer made out of?
It's a custom polymer invented called Kylex.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Very specific product.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Its transitive properties allow it to disperse heat through it into the atmosphere. So what you have is not just a half-inch spacer, but you have something that actually lowers the ambient temperature of the engine air down.
Cool. You know, and this installation is really simple. You do it in your driveway. It's real easy. And this is a great opportunity. If your throttle body is dirty, clean it. We just cleaned the throttle body, cleaned the surfaces. That gasket came off pretty easy.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Most of the time, they're really cooked on, and you got to scrape them. So when you do that, you want to make sure you take and clean up that surface real good.
Yep, definitely.
All right, so what's our next step for installation?
Well, next step is to take this little guy and put a little bit of RTV on there just to make sure we get a good seal.
Okay, so you just tighten those up, and again, they don't have to be super tight.
No, just nice and even.
Right. Now, you make this for the Honda 2000 here, this VTEC motor. What other applications have you got?
We have a full line of products for Acura, Honda, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Subaru, and Toyota.
Really? Subaru and everything, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I guess that WRX is a pretty popular car, isn't
it? Yes, it is.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right, so once we get the bolts tight, and you got it all nice and sealed up and you're good, then it's just a matter of reassembly. Put the idle air control solenoid valve back on, hook up your sensors, your wires, then the throttle cable, make sure that it doesn't bind the throttle and it closes all the way.
That's right. All you got to do is make a slight adjustment on it. It's not too difficult.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all there is to that. Go ahead, fire it up, Kyle. Nice and responsive. You shut it off, buddy. Well, there you go. Nothing to it. Easy way to put some power into your car. Hope you enjoyed that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more here at Motorhead Garage.